Just let me go on. So if there's a way we can do it better, let's do it better. But
know that you have signed the document, and you are taking it for position. I mean, public position for tomorrow.
Yes. If they tomorrow,
Yes. If people reject, what will be the consequences?
We said we can amend the document. Amendment can be delete all the clauses. Why not?
Okay.
I've been in this house.
I think, Chair, you need to introduce some level of seriousness in the responses that we are getting from the governor.
Governor, also seriousness. The questions.
I wish that you take this process a bit more seriously.
Yeah.
Because
allow me to continue. Clause 6 to
the chair.
Just allow me to Clause 6.2 provides that the agreement, together with any amendments, remember public participation, which you've done, which you've done many times, it's not empirical, it's not a vote. It is not. Public participation, in fact, people can mobilize and say, let me bring 1,000 people to say we want this agreement. And somebody else says, let me bring also 200 people to say there's no agreement. It's not an empirical process. But it's a process when the law has said specifically, and I need you to guide, the law that Kenyans wrote, that went through public participation, says specifically there must be an agreement. The law has said that. No, the law says there must be an agreement. So do we go to Kenyans again to ask them, should we have an agreement?
Chair.
So, what? Please.
Your Excellency, Your Excellency, the question is, of course, the agreement must be there.
Must be an agreement.
But this one has already been signed, and you're treating through public participation. So if they reject,
before the agreement, there should be a conversation. What we are asking is, did you converse with the people of Nairobi that we want to do this and this and this?
Okay.
Are you agreeable?
So that we don't split hairs.
Just one intervention.
You as the committee.
Just one intervention. Just to remind all of us that that law that you are quoting, the Urban Areas and Cities Act, is subject to the Constitution. It is not greater than the Constitution. It is the Constitution that elevates the people above all of these things that you're saying. Governor, I've seen you doing public participation before you embarked on projects. When we had this conversation when Karungo Athango was the chair of housing, and you wanted to do Woodley, for instance, we were engaging members of public from Woodley before you ever did the groundbreaking. And then once that was complete, we proceed with the project. Surely, Governor, you know that what you're saying is not true.
Chair, please allow me to answer questions asked. Chair, if public participation can be done better, let's do it. Senator Sifuna, you're right.
Same.
Yeah, right.
100% same.
I can give you now. You're right, it can be done. But for me, let me tell you, I don't split hairs because it is the end for me that is so important. Yes, public participation is important. But I've told you the lack of the empirical nature of participation. Senator Manzo, you know how you people you organize yourselves when there's public participation on an issue that that you're keen on. Yeah. So we will hear what the views are. Already, I've had things that need to be amended already from the public. I have had. But both levels of government then will review what has come from the people. We'll have to review it. But there must be an agreement. Guys, the capital will not change without this provision. Unless you tell me another provision of adding 80 billion or 100 billion to the city, there is, please, provide, if it's conditional grants, do it. You're the Senate. Give it to us. Yeah? Let me hear during the budget policy statement that you've increased Nairobi's allocation by 80. I will retire this agreement. I will not need it. But for now, I must, as the governor, as a responsible governor, who cares for his people, I must find whichever way that will get me resources to sort of this city. I must get it. Lazima work. I don't have another route. Remember, let me give you another example. Yesterday in Parliament, you discussed the National Infrastructure Fund. Yeah. This National Infrastructure Fund will create around 5 trillion. That is the goal. Already 2 trillion. It's the way I'm going to do it. Because you cannot go to now, how do I plug in and get projects for the city? Whether it is massive road projects, the city is 250 billion, and I keep asking for more projects. How will I plug into the sovereign wealth fund without an arrangement with the government and a setting where I am chairing a committee that is discussing this every 2 weeks? We have to be pragmatic.
We accept you and we appreciate that you must do these things. But how procedures have fallen laws.
Yes. That is where you guide. Yeah, you guide us. Pending bills of NMS, yes, those ones must be paid. The difference, we've not created a new entity or organization here. There is no counting officer that has been created. If Kura's budget, they get an additional 8 billion. The DG of Kura will still have to account. But who defines and determines which roads are done in that 5 billion? Where do we prioritize? You know, whether it is Agwins, whether it is whatnot, is the forum where I'm chairing. So that I can also, I mean, we even have Kera in Nairobi, rural roads. What are they doing in Nairobi? So, Chair, that's the difference between us and NMS. And I promised, Chair, as Senator, I also promised as governor that I would never transfer functions from Nairobi. I said it in the assembly. I will not transfer. I think Article 187 is a bad provision. Counties need to be strengthened to do better. So if you have a better way to do it, please, that is why you have a committee of devolution. Your work is to protect the interests of counties and their governments. And that is who is here. A county and its government, isn't it? Let me look for a question I've not answered. Senator Sifuna, very, very, very clearly says that no one is against development. I like that. And that is true. We want to do it within the law. That is true. Let us do it within the law. But let's also do it. You know, some people feel you fix the wings as you fly. You know, we can wait and for a perfect agreement or a perfect law. It will never happen, Senator Sifuna. Yes, but I'm saying you cannot have a perfect agreement, especially if it's the first one. Who is the president? Please draft for me one.
From the chair. You can see the divide here. There's people who believe the ends justify the means, and there's also us who say there is a way it can be done constitutionally and legally.
Yes.
And I'm hoping, Chair, that when we get to the closing remarks, because I've had some of your friends saying some of us just criticize we don't have ways in which it can be done. We will give you ways in which.
Which friends? You've said my friends.
Yeah, some of your friends say some of us just make noise. We never give proposals and wait for it. It's good that you are throwing that challenge to us, because some of us, just a minute, Chair, you will give us an opportunity to show you how it can be done constitutionally. Yes.
Chair, thank you. And when I'm asking about friends, you know, earlier the senator said I'm his friend. So my friend is his friend also. Unless
He's not my friend, you know that.
But you're my friend.
Yeah, we don't have to have the same friends.
Senator is my good friend.
Okay, I know you're friend.
Unless you have changed, he is a former friend.
He has already claimed.
No, he's not a former friend.
Chair, can I summarize for the two of you?
So bursaries and scholarship.
Now members of this committee want to pick my friends.
So, proceed, Chair. Again, I had noted when Senator Sifuna was speaking about Section 189(2) on cooperation. Already, the Constitution, yes, the Constitution is higher than the Urban Areas and Cities Act. The Constitution says there should be cooperation. 189, and Senator Muma, you've said it out very well, you know. And that the national or county government may establish a joint committee with specific mandate where such a committee is necessary for the achievement of those things. It is true, we had an intergovernmental agreement on bursaries and scholarship. Yeah. That intergovernmental agreement that we signed on the 9th of January